Welcome everyone to our beautiful NuWave Leadership channel. And today, myself, Sabrina, Lindner, and Vishnupriya Aristo, both the founders of NuWave Leadership, would like to give you an introduction to a new and very exciting experiment that we have started recently. And this is the experiment of NuWave 5D Living. And I'm handing it over to Vishnupriya to give us an outline of how this actually came to be and what we want to achieve with it. Over to you.
Yes, this is very interesting and exciting. So, the 5D living experiment is absolutely a huge inspiration and excitement for me and Sabrina at this moment in time. But I'll give you a little bit of history behind how this came into existence. So everything started off, the New Wave leadership itself started off when Sabrina and I said, hey, let's join together. Both of us were life coaches. I was also previously holistic healing therapist and all of that. Not anymore do I align with those titles. But anyways, that's where we came from. And we just got together and started creating some group classes. Interestingly, none of that worked out, and over a few months we got to a place where we started facilitating some channeled material. I hope if you're watching this video you might know what channeling is. It's basically we as this being connecting to other beings who might be invisible to us, but who are also energetically present always with us, right? So that's a simple definition to channeling, as I would call it. So all of a sudden, after we started, facilitating some channeled material, Sabrina got really interested in this thing called channeling, and she was asking me, how can I do this? This is very interesting and it excites me. So basically, myself and Sabrina, we always follow our excitement. That's our direction. So once she asked me this, I already had worked with a lot of different channelers before, almost for the past 3 years. There has been 2 3 different channelers that I consistently book sessions with when I have certain life challenging situations. So I do have a lot of different resources for Sabrina. The one that I recommended was Opening to Channel book by Sanaya Roman. So Sabrina just read as soon as I kind of said it to her. She read the book in 2 days, and the book is so beautiful that it helps you do the channeling. Nothing more is required. Just reading the book is more than enough. So thanks to Sanaya Roman and Oren who has shared that information. But interestingly, 2 days later, she was like, "Huh, I read the book and I also did my first channeling session." And she sent me this interesting voice message on WhatsApp. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I could listen to it barely because her voice was too low, but I was still able to see, since I had worked with channelers before, a similar language was coming through. Because when we are channeling other beings, especially our guides or beings who might have who might be at a very higher level of consciousness, that's how I would like to say it. um, it has its own unique language to it. It's not like a normal language that we usually speak in. So I was able to see it, find it as like, oh wow, this is amazing, because I was also looking for channelers who can work so closely with me, because I really love that ability of channeling. So there we go. So Sabrina started channeling, and from there, a different journey started. We started channeling her guides and my guides, and different other guides and angels. And then one day, I was like, "It's nice that we are facilitating other channeled material. How about maybe we can have our own unique content for the new wave?" So that's how this specific journey began. And we just sat down without knowing what to expect in the channeling session. I just had a bunch of questions written down and I started asking them, and she, as usual, connected. And at that time, for the first time, a different set of beings showed up in the session rather than her guides or other beings that we were connected to. And the reply that was coming in, the message that was coming in for my questions, was also very unique uh, for me, because I have never heard such answers from all of like 5 years of holistic world experience that I had. So the answer started was blowing me away, and I was like, wow, this is so amazing. And we continued the channeling sessions every single day, and I guess by now we have at least 50 plus questions that we have asked, and we have the answers for it. And once the answers came in, we started practicing that. Myself and Sabrina, I would say, are the first two students of this material, because we started applying that in our lives, and 1 month down the line our life totally changed. Our practices, how we speak, how we think, even our messages, how we talk to each other, the entire language of life, how we see life, how we deal with life, all of that started changing. There was so much more ease and joy and love and all of those beautiful frequencies that we were looking for. So this was like, wow, this is amazing. So let's try it out. So I was like, let's call in maybe like 10 people and test it out like a beta testing group. Let's put it out there. Let's see what results others get. And then we just launched this into the world. And again, 10 people joined. And even initial, just 1 week into it, we already started receiving very same feedback as how we were experiencing. The same joy and ease and love started showing up in their lives as well. So that totally excited us and inspired us to put it out there. And we also got this interesting vision or an image of collective living, as I would like to call it, different groups, like imagine like 10 people, and in each group, and so many different groups of like such groups, and all of these groups functioning from this oneness aspect, right? So the same, sharing same values, perspectives, and belief systems, and those values pertain to the 5D living, the 5D world, which is composed of oneness. And this is the main essence of all the messages that we received from the collective of one. So that was the name that they chose. And uh, we started calling them as the collective of one, which is the group of beings who were giving us these answers. So that's my short intro. Over to you, Sabrina. Tell us, how are we implementing this?
Yes. So as Vishnupriya already mentioned, is that we have like different groups of people coming together as little collectives of families in this space where we practically apply what Vishnupriya and I received through the channeling messages and see how it transforms our life. And how you can imagine, when you want to join this experiment, you will be part of one group of around 10 people. You will have a WhatsApp group where you are all connected. And on a daily basis, you receive videos from us that are available publicly, even on YouTube, with one of the questions that we have asked in the channeling. You will listen to the answer exactly as we received it, plus Vishnupriya's and my perspectives on that topic or that question as well. And then you can start applying that in your life, adopting that perspective in your life as much as you would like, play around with it, and ask us questions whenever something comes up. And again, then we can do channeling for your unique questions and respond accordingly in the same line of this whole spirit of the 5D lifestyle or living, as we call it. The other thing is that we have weekly meetings with the groups where you can just, be in discussion, be fully connected to your group, ask your questions, start, even maybe an argument about something where you wonder, okay, is that actually practically true? You can bring all your concerns and all your stuff that is coming up as you go through this experiment, and also network with people who have similar interests and who would like to achieve similar things in life. All this experiment, again, is donation based or gift based, as we would love to call it. What that means is that part of the experiment is also to figure out how money works in a 5D living space. because in 3D, it's a very heavy, very, sticky and often even fearful topic for people. So we would like to also experiment, how can we shift that perspective? How can we create a 5D space for this topic called money as well? And that's why we don't have a fixed price for this experiment, but we have a gifting mechanism where you can gift us, you can support us, you can say thank you for the service, send your love by sending your donation or gift to us. And this is basically how this whole thing is actually sustained. So very exciting for us. And as Vishnupriya said, the first group that is already into like now a couple of days of the experiment has blown us away in terms of what unique perspectives they already shared, even just 2-3 days into practicing these messages, basically, that we have from the channeling. Vishnupriya, anything you would like to add?
Yes, so what we are doing here from a very wholesome perspective, from a bigger eye view perspective, is building a new world, which we call as the 5D world, into which this is really an invitation for you to join us to build this world, right? Every new system is being built by a collective of people coming together. Just Sabrina and I alone cannot do this, right? So the more
Mm.
people step into this creation of this, it becomes such a beautiful place. And what we are seeing is group of families. So in my family, as an example, I really was looking for unconditional love and support and care and being accepted. But interestingly, I guess this is the case for a lot of families, right? Within our family, there's always a lot of tension around acceptance that we feel, there's a lot of conflicts, as an example. But then when Sabrina and I get together and started creating this, I felt this is my true family, where all of us share same values, beliefs, and perspectives, that is all molded in oneness, molded in that of love for humanity, love for all. So that is what we are really creating. So we are inviting you to join a new family, which can become your family in the future. So if you have any other questions, feel free to send it to me or Sabrina directly, and we are happy to answer them. And every 10 of you who come in becomes a new group. So this is open to you. You can join at any time. And once we have the next set of 10 of you ready, we put in the next group in place. And again, we have the weekly calls and we have the daily videos that you can watch. This is very free flow. There is no time pressure. There is no things that you have to get done. All of that. It's like very very free flowing energy is what 5D living is all about. So yes, if you have any other questions, just send it to us. Also like, subscribe, and share this video if you feel somebody else might be interested. Thank you for your support, and we will see you in our next video.
See you soon.